Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name's Philip, and today we're going to start the tentatively named WTF series, which stands for Weekly Tour Fixed, in my case. So I'm thinking the goal of this series is going to be go around to a lot of the fixed series that week, show some races, show some fun battles, and things like that. Might be one race, might be two or more. I don't know. Don't exactly know what the format's going to be. But for now, unless the name changes, it's going to be called the WTF series. For the first episode of our new series, we're going to take a look at the ARCA car, because you guys know me, at Southern National Motorsports Park, which I had a blast doing, and I don't really know what it is about this track, but I absolutely love it. I love this combo. It's such a fun track to me, and if the repave of Auto Club that they're turning into a short track ends up being anything like this, I hope it will be fun. So, let's go ahead and hop into the qualifying session and see how we did. This is a pretty uh, stacked race. There's a lot of really, really fast drivers in here, so we're going to see if we can hold up our end of the bargain. Alright, I've got the brake bias set pretty far back. I think it's about 64 in this race. I found like that was a pretty good way to keep it. But we're going to try to set a great qualifying lap. So I take that wide entry into turn 1 to want to carry momentum. And you really got to hook the bottom of the track and be very easy on your throttle. And do a really nice job of hooking the line down right there, but will it be enough? I don't know. Okay, set a 15.091. Can we top that? Probably not, because it looks like I just absolutely wet the bed on corner entry and exit of 1 and 2, and the same in 3 and 4. So, 15.7. Okay, so definitely didn't improve. Let's see where we sit on the grid. Not looking too shabby with a 4th place qualifying run. However, we are on the outside, which does kind of suck. So I've got to get down low as soon as possible. Connor takes off, and I try to take off, and the car gets loose, but we get clear of the 9 on the inside, and all I had to do was put it into the corner nice, and I didn't. I almost overdrove it, but that's okay, because we stayed out in front of the 9 car, so now I'm able to keep it down on this bottom line. And really the goal is to just try to keep up with these guys, not wear our tires and equipment out, and see if we can be here at the end of the race, because I know there's a lot of really, really quick drivers in here. And we're actually being stalked right now by Wyatt Warner, who wants to go to the inside, and he's gonna get the nose in. And it's so early. I mean, it's lap 3.5. So there's no sense in really fighting, because the more we fight, the more that we'll pull everybody else behind us into the fold, and I really don't want that on this kind of track. I'd like to be around as little people as possible, the least amount of cars. So Peter Griffin and the Farmers Only car is going to get by. So now we just got to hold up with him. Now, the Nick Nevin car in between Wyatt and Noah up there. Noah's the red and black car. Nick is the white car. He had a little bit of a trouble at the beginning of the race, and unfortunately it's going to continue here. There was a little bit of a mix-up on where the 23 thought he should be versus where Nick thought he would be, and they made contact, but thankfully we make it through just fine, and we continue racing. 60 lap race, but these laps absolutely fly by because we're already on lap 7. And you can see this is one of those tracks where there will always be a battle going on somewhere. It's hard to get really away from everybody. Looking pretty good now though. Everybody seems to be settling in. The race is calming down just a little bit. I am starting to drive up on some lap traffic. I see Wyatt go to the outside of the Sitco car of Stevie Minson. Stevie holds it inside. Now riding with Gordon in the 4 car behind us. He is keeping a really good pace, but he is actually shifting in the corners. I'm not, so I don't know how that's going to pay off. And just going for a move on the inside of the 15. Gonna get it done, which is good. Did not lose a lot of time behind the 15, who has some damage, presumably from that first incident. Gordon shoots to the inside, and Stevie's going to give everybody a good amount of room so that we can all get by and continue our drive. I'm really curious to see how shifting pays off, because Wyatt was also shifting, I noticed, when he came by. So I love this view. I'm a sucker for seeing how the suspension works and what it's doing on the car, and I love this view. I thought this was a pretty awesome little camera shot. Doing a decent job of hooking that bottom line. If you get too far off of it, it's kind of tough. Like right there, that was an absolute swing and a miss on the apex there. It's okay, as long as we don't make a habit of it, which I kind of am. Moving ahead to lap 19. Everything has settled out a good bit. Lap time pace is starting to drop off. The car still feels okay. It's pretty loose on entry, but I like it that way. Considering shifting the brake bias actually towards the front here so that the car doesn't get stupid loose on entry and I end up backing it into the outside wall. Gordon and the 6 car still keeping right up with us. Now, a little bit of smoke up ahead, but I think we're going to be clear, so we've moved ahead to lap 24. Driver on the apron, but I think he's going to keep it down low. I'm going to try to stay behind the 21, but everything kind of doesn't work out that way. And I don't want to lose time, so I put him 3 wide real quick. 21 gives us a good amount of room, and we give the 21 some room, and everybody's able to make it through. Now, you can't expect lap cars to really move out of your way, because really everybody's racing somebody for position on this track right now. And any amount of time lost trying to be nice and give up a position can hurt you. So it's such a game of trying to be nice versus being aggressive enough to not screw yourself over. So it's really tough. So lap cars are going to race you a little bit. You got to find a way by. If you're quicker, you'll get through. This case we do. So now we're staying behind the 12. And once again, so we're coming to the halfway point. And I'm going to get really loose coming out of the corner. But as we come up to the halfway point, I'm doing okay. I haven't lost too much time to anybody. I'm settling in, trying to save my equipment, and just honestly treat my tires like they're good old friends of mine. And just take care of them. That's really the goal here. And really trying not to miss that apex. Okay, now skipping ahead to lap 44, so not much has changed. But you can see me just in the back there coming out of the corner. Just a couple car lengths, or a couple cars behind Noah, who is in 3rd place. But the good news is, I think Noah and Wyatt and the 1 are going to start fighting up here. And when they do, I think that'll pull us into the fold. You can see both of them are getting pretty loose on corner exits, so maybe they've about burned up their rear tires. And I'm just going to fight through lap traffic, so I get by one of them there. Now we're going to skip ahead, so lap 47, a little closer. 48, getting just a little bit closer. 49, we're almost there, and by lap 50, I'm just about maybe 2 car lengths back, but there are no more lapped cars in between us. So we've got 10 laps to go, and there's actually a possibility for 2nd place here, which I did not expect to be able to do. So we got more lap traffic in front of the 3 of us. Hopefully everybody stays pretty responsible. Now Connor Shong, leading the race, has pulled out to an incredibly comfortable lead, and he's out of here. Like, unless something catastrophic happens, he's going to be taking home the checkered flag. So the race is going to be for 2nd place. Noah gets a bit loose. 16 is going to go high to let all of us through. Thank you, 16. And by this point, you're having to be really careful with the throttle. You don't want to put it down too soon or too hard. Like right there, coming out of the corner next to a car, it's not a good idea to flat foot it. You want to be pretty much at the line before you put the throttle all the way down if you're next to somebody. So I'm trying something different. I know they're shifting, but I know I don't have any like danger from behind. So I can play around with my line a little bit. And what I end up doing, I take this wider entry and this wider arc, Wyatt gets really loose, and that gives us an opportunity to get next to him. And we're actually going to be fighting down here into turn one. So such a fine line between racing hard and throwing the car in too hard and wiping us both out that neither one of us want to do that. So I do run up just a little bit high. We're running close door to door, a little bit of contact, but not enough to do anything. We're going to make it through and just keep the position on Wyatt. So come into 3 laps to go. I know that I'm faster than Noah. I just have to find a way to get there. So what I end up doing here is, once again, I'm going to try to take a little bit of a wider arc into the corner because I know I can maintain some speed off. I don't do it here, but it should be coming up in the next lap or two. Here we go. So I know I've got to get this move done, and I got to get it done fast. So take this wider arc. We close up the gap some. I wish I had the relative to be able to show you. Do it one more time as we come to the white flag, and I gained so much time. And then maybe I should have done that again, but I opted to just fall in line behind him thinking he would get loose. It doesn't happen, and in fact, I'm the one that gets loose. And he's going to keep second place as we come to the run across the line. So great job to Noah. Good win by Connor. And a good race with Wyatt and Gordon and all the drivers I was around. That's what short track racing can be. It's so fun when you just have a little bit of respect and patience and know when to be aggressive and when to not be aggressive. And the Six doing his best Drift King impression behind us. Good job, Six. We're going to pull into somebody's pit stall and then just disappear like we're part of the new season of Manifest. I'm really happy with that result. Honestly, the race could not have been any more fun. There was battles, avoiding some stuff, different lines, all kinds of cool stuff. Like I said, this track is just so fun to me, and I really do like it. Even though it's a short track and you do have to hug the bottom, as the run goes on, you can play around with some extra lines and see where you can find speed, and I think that's what makes it so fun. Plus, there's nothing wrong with bringing home a third place finish as well. So I really hope you all enjoyed this new WTF series. If you did, please let me know in the comments. And consider sticking around for more videos like this. Thank you all so much for being here. I appreciate it, and I will see you all in the next video. Have a good one.